Hi everyone. Previously with our custom Gemini gems for sales and the MEDDIC and command of the message and winning by design playbooks and frameworks, we went through two key coaching moments. One is around the discovery call and the second one is around handling objections. Today, we are going to focus on the negotiation angle of a sales deal. And in this particular case, it's using our revenue expert, basically coach, with Gemini, in this case, Gemini 2.5 Flash, where we fed the whole gem the key playbooks and internal data in terms of sales process, customer profile, customer data, etc. And you prompt it with a very simple question as a guideline, which is here. Okay, this is our stage. We are at the negotiation moment. And we have that upcoming call to discuss basically the pricing and the budget. So the goal here is to have a sort of a rehearsal or a dry run prep simulation where we are prepared for that call in terms of pushback, what type of question they can raise and how to address them, how to stand ground to protect your margin and make sure that the deal is moving forward while pushing back on any potential risks or curveballs from the client. So in this case, using the same approach, it's always that conversational type of dialogue and exchange. Hey, good morning, Mike. Thanks again for taking the time to connect today. As we discussed, the goal for this meeting is to walk through the proposal and we precise a number of details as a recap from the whole cycle that's been going so far. And in this case, it's the impact and the urgency around the closing of the deal itself. And you can see here, RevEx, the coach, is playing the customer role. Hi, good morning. Yes, that sounds about right. We're eager to see the numbers. We've had a lot of internal discussion, and honestly, budget is quite tight this quarter, so we're hoping to find some flexibility there. Boom. So usually when you go here and you get this type of feedback, first thing you're gonna think of is, okay, we need to discount, we need to reduce the price, etc. But hold on, in this case, you're gonna use Gemini as a coach to help you really make sure that you're not giving away value. And in this particular case, the key piece is reinforcing the importance of the impact that only your solution is providing. And once you have that, yes, the 30% reduction in turnover by November is definitely the main goal and it's critical. That means you still have leverage. So the goal is how to reinforce that. And here, Gemini is providing a set of alternatives in terms of angles to approach, in terms of even like proper sentences and how and questions that you can raise again to really mentally and psychologically guide the customer through that conversation, but also reframe those still objections or question or demands into something that would be instead of a discount at the end of the day, it could be a trade-off of value where everyone is winning at the end of the day. And the conversation goes like this. And the most important piece for me here using Gemini is the analysis that the coach would provide. One, you can see immediate value re-anchoring. When the customer brought up budget is tight and aggressive pricing, you didn't immediately jump to pricing. Instead, you pivoted back to the impact and the critical event. And it explains why it is important, why it is crucial for value-based selling. And it goes like that. So it is grounded in some rationale and some logic that you feel confident to adopt and reuse and even re-explain back to your manager, to your senior manager, but also with the client, like for example, connecting value to the customer's business. Here, for example, that 30% reduction in turnover, which translates directly to the quantified metric of the ROI. This resonates with, for example, the command of the message playbook, which is the focus on the positive business outcomes and quantifying the value. So all of these are hints and tools that you can use regularly, and it follows up even with potential curveballs so you can prepare your response strategy, as you can see here. For example, okay, a 3-year agreement is a big ask, especially if the price is not significantly lower. We need to see a substantial discount if we're locking in for that long. And here, basically, you still do not have to just give any number, but you have the ammunition that helps you navigate that moment in almost like real time. So you are prepared, you have your answers pre-vetted, etc. And you can use this also as a team exercise and not just your one-on-one approach. So these are like the three main tips and tricks I basically use quite regularly. In this case, with Gemini Gems, and also curious to know how does that work for you guys. If you have questions, so let me know and see you soon.